One of the very old understanding of memory types is based on the holding duration, which is sensory or split-second memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Sensory memory or split-second memory collects the impression formed for a very brief period. For example, while turning your head around and watching things around you, while walking in a crowd, while looking outside a train window. You will notice that a bulk of visuals or sounds go out of your mind within seconds. Only few things remain that you pay special attention to. This memory is important as it is a way to collect required information from a situation where information bombardment is really too heavy. It is called sensory memory as it is able to collect stimulus from 5 senses, eye, ear, nose, skin and tongue, and hold it long enough so that if attended, it can be transferred to short-term memory. Short-term memory is something we often use while doing any act where recall is required within few seconds to few minutes. The examples are hearing a telephone and noting down the phone number or some list after some time. While doing a sum, you need to remember the carry. This is possible because you are mentally doing it in your short-term memory. Consider another case where someone requested you to bring something from another room. You make a mental note of the request for some time, and once you complete the action, you may forget it afterwards. From all these examples, you can also conclude that short-term memory is in a way the working memory, which is required to carry out the work at hand. Once the work is complete, this memory vanishes in few minutes to few hours, or it may get transferred to long-term memory based on many other considerations. It has also been studied that short-term memory has different holding capacities for different types of stimulus, such as audio content or of image content. Now we talk about the real memory which stays in our brain for long duration. This is called the long-term memory or the permanent memory as some researchers like to call it. The examples are giving a test after studying for the whole year, remembering birthdays and anniversaries of close relatives and friends without using a diary or reminder tool, remembering a movie scene even after a long time and sharing its excitement with your friends. Now you can infer from all above examples that recall of stored information is happening after a long period. Now let us watch this simple memory model to understand the process of memorization. Any sensory stimulus is first received by the sensory memory, where it stays for few seconds. Then, if some voluntary or involuntary attention has been paid to the stimulus, it comes to short-term memory. Here, it is compared with subject of interest or a decision to make it a matter of future use. Again, this comparison may not be voluntary. We call it something on which the current work has to be performed. Hence, we also call it the working memory. From working memory, the stimulus takes a form needed for storage, which is called encoding. For example, right kind of associations and tagging is done while encoding. Then it is stored. In the storage space, which is our long-term memory, an automatic maintenance process keeps on happening both in our conscious and subconscious phase. That is why right sleep, right nutrition, right exercise, and right attitude are important. When we recall, the exit path for delivery also passes through the working memory. Interestingly, anything which passes through working memory does create a working copy, and information resizing keeps on happening. Surely, a rehearsal can help memorizing things strongly. There are many more ways to memorize strongly, but rehearsal is also one of them. So please do not curse people who rehearse lessons before examinations by tagging them as rote learners. Next, we shall learn about phonological, visuospatial and other sense memory.